We're going to try to replace all of this. Look at this big, thick JavaScript book. You might be intimidated by something like this, which I was and I am. You look here, I'm not that very far into it. JavaScript is massive. It's a lot of stuff, but AppScript is so much fun. AppScript is the JavaScript-like coding language inside of Google Sheets. And I hope this video in just 10 minutes is going to do something for you that happened to me 10 years ago, which is getting started in AppScript. Just the very, very basics of AppScript are fundamentally what you got to get through. But it gets so much fun. I've been having so much fun lately coding in AppScript and combining that with AI. So you'll see a lot of that on this channel here soon. But I wanted to get you started right away. Get started in AppScript coding right now. Hey, so we're going to get started with AppScript today. This is going to be a very interesting video because we're going to do this live. I have a recorded video about this, like the first 23 minutes of Spreadsheet Automation 101, which is the course that goes 3 hours. It goes into all kinds of stuff about AppScript that you'll want to know. But I want to get you started real quick here today so we don't have to go through the entire course. But if you do, the pre-course material, which is section 1 on the Udemy course, Spreadsheet Automation 101, it is available. All 23 minutes are available. But let's see. We're just going to go to sheet.new. We're going to /2 it so that we get in the right account. So if you're using sheet.new and you have multiple accounts, you can use /. We're just going to call this getting started in AppScript. And we're probably going to say getting started coding in AppScript. All right. Before we do anything in the sheet itself, actually, we're going to go up to extensions AppScript. Now we're starting. This is it. This is the IDE. This is where we code. This is everything to do. This is what we do, where we do everything with AppScript. We are here, and we're started. The first thing that shows up whenever you start a new AppScript in a sheet is my function with some couple parentheses, open parentheses, end parentheses, and then it has open curly brackets and closed curly brackets. Right inside here, we can hit enter, and all of this stuff inside of these curly brackets are going to be inside of our function, and we can name this function anything we want with a couple little parameters to think about. But first, let's say we have some data inside of our sheet. We're going to say this is data. This is a number. This is a number. We're going to add a number here, 55. And we're going to add some data, like maybe a status or something. And we're going to go say, yeah, we're live. All right, we want to grab this information, right? Maybe in our AppScript. This is one of the fundamental things to do in AppScript is to grab some data that's on a sheet somewhere. One value in a sheet. All right, we're going to do variable data in sheet. We're going to capitalize this in a very particular way. The first letter is lowercase, but then anytime we add words, we're going to keep it as one word, and we're going to capitalize that first letter. So the I and the S are capitalized. We're going to say the same thing in this. We're going to change the name of my function to get data from sheet. And again, we're going to capitalize. Let me scroll in here, zoom in here. We're going to capitalize the D, the F, and the S. And now we have some kind of function we're writing here. And we're going to do var, which means variable. Variable is we're going to grab some data or get something that we want to use somewhere else in the code. We're going to use a variable. All right, variable equals, what does this variable equal? The most powerful thing, or the simplest powerful thing we can do is Spreadsheet app with a capital S. When we type in Spreadsheet app with a capital S and a capital A, it turns to purple, so you know you're doing it right. If you do not have it capitalized, it will not work. All right, Spreadsheet app dot get active spreadsheet. We're going to get the entire file here. This is get active spreadsheet, actually. And then we're going to add parentheses. We have to add parentheses for this to work. We're getting the entire file. Not just one sheet, not just one tab, not just one thing. We're getting the entire file with get active spreadsheet. Then we're going to do get sheet by name. We're going to use autocomplete to just hit a few letters and hit enter. But when we do this, we have to add the parentheses. We're going to add inside get sheet by name 2 quotes. We only need to type in 1 quote and it'll finish the second quote. We want to get this sheet 1. So we're going to type in sheet 1. And that's the name of the sheet. So that's why we say get sheet by name, sheet 1. Now get range. We're going to do dot get range. In parentheses, we're going to do quotes. B1, I think, is the one we want to get. We're going to go back here and say, yeah, we want this status B1. Now we got the range, we got the cell, we got the sheet that it's on. We need to get the actual thing inside of the cell. So we do get value. And we don't have to do anything else here except add these parentheses. Now, for our function to work, it needs to do one of two things. First, it can change something about the sheet. Or it could return some data. And that's what we're doing right now. We literally type in the word return, what our variable is, data in sheet. Because we don't actually know what that value is, but we do know the variable that it is called by it. So we just do return data in sheet. We're going to hit Command S. That's going to save our project. Over here on the left, we could have seen a like orange button over here, an orange dot. That means we're not saved. But anytime we change something, you'll see this orange dot here. We must save when we see that dot. We can hit Command S, or we can click this little disk icon up here called Save Project. If you hover over it, it'll say Save Project. We can save that project. Now, once we create a function, a custom function inside of our app script to get data from sheet, it's called, we can use that in our sheet. We can type in equals get data in sheet. I think that's what it's called. From sheet, sorry. Get data from sheet with a capital F and a capital S. And then we do parentheses. Now it's going to have a red underline. It's okay, because it doesn't know that we have that custom function, but when we hit enter, it'll say loading, and here we go. We got our live status right here, and we can reference that anywhere. Of course, this is a very simple example for you to go through coding, that this is all the coding. We're gonna go through these fundamentals again and again and again. If we wanna do a little bit of math, what I mean is, like, you can actually use this like B1, right? That's the same thing as what we did, but using code here allows us to create a lot of different variables and add stuff together. So maybe we want to say return status, and with a colon and a space in quotes, and then whatever that status is, which is data in sheet, and maybe we want to change this to status, the variable. So we can change this to status. We hit save up here, and now when we get data from sheet, it's going to change get data from sheet. It's going to say status. So now that is a little bit of difference from that number. But hey, we have a number here. Let's do something interesting from there. And actually, we can even change this to get status from sheet. We can name it whatever we want that we'll remember it, right? We might not remember, if we're adding more and more tabs, we might not remember B1 is the status of status here. We might not remember that, but we could remember maybe even something simpler than get status from sheet. What about just status? We can do that. Do this, and equals now status. And we can grab the status anywhere, and it'll say status live. We have changed that word fundamentally by adding those together. Okay, let's do a little bit of math. Function triple. We're going to triple some number. That number is going to be right here. We're going to add that inside of these parentheses, this number. And what that is a variable that says anytime we have something there, we can use that in our function. So we're going to add those curly brackets, and we're going to take variable tripled. We're going to call it tripled equals whatever the number is. We're using the exact same word that we use here, and this is a variable that anything we enter here we can triple. We're going to do times 3, and now we return tripled. That's it. That's all we have to do some cool math here. So now we're going to take. Let's make sure we've saved that project, that orange button, orange dot is gone. And we go equals triple. And we're going to use B2 in there and see what happens. We get a tripled number. Now, this might be very rudimentary for you. But let's do something more interesting. Let's try CPM. So CPM is cost per melee, and we can even have two things. We can have a cost and then maybe views. We want to maybe figure out what's the cost per view. Or sorry, cost per 1,000 views. So we're going to do variable CPM. We want to return our CPM, and our CPM is going to be equals cost divided by views divided by 1,000. So what this is doing is taking the views, dividing it by 1,000, taking the cost and dividing it by that to get our cost per 1,000 views, cost per melee. CPM is cost per melee, or cost per 1,000. So we're going to get this, and maybe we get some error here, but maybe we have our cost here is going to be $550, and our views are going to be 1 million. Let's see how much cost per 1,000 views that is. We're going to say CPM. And again, we can do the math here if we really want, but we've already done the math. We do CPM, cost, which is B3, and the views, B4. See, we get 55. Now, I think that's 55 cents per 1,000 views here. This is pretty cool, right? We can create some math inside of a function and create a custom function that exists inside of our sheet. We can also take our function and do some value manipulation with it, add some different words, add words to take away words if we want to do some JavaScript, or do some math. And we can do it without having to do this entire book, this JavaScript book we can throw away, because now we can do it in AppScript, which is also JavaScript. Thanks for watching, getting started in AppScript. That was just the beginning. Watch here 23 minutes of the first pre-course material of Spreadsheet Automation 101. You saw Spreadsheet app in action here in this video, but there's so many more that are covered in this video. You'll see functions, you'll see variables, much more explained. But then when you get into Spreadsheet Automation 101, we're going to talk about mail app. You're going to be able to email something to yourself. You're going to be able to automate your business practices. Go check that out, or watch the last video I've uploaded here on this channel.